Hey everybody, welcome to Saturday Morning Mike Talk. You're at Song and Sword, and so glad to have you here. We love you guys, and we're praying for you guys. And I'm a little bit sleepy, so we'll try to get in the Word and let that wake up our souls. And I'll go get some coffee, wake up my soul there. All right. God bless you guys. We're praying for you. Looking forward to being with you tomorrow at Song and Sword. You can catch us on YouTube on our channel there at 10 a.m. Central. Invite a friend. Share this with somebody. That's part of the idea of Song and Sword. We want to share the Word of God, and we will proclaim Jesus. So you can help us do that. We'd love for you to do that. Continue to send us your prayer request. Text prayer to that number on the screen. And any questions you have, we're continuing to have people sign up. If you have kids from 1 year old to third grade, we want to know who they are so we can prepare a kids program for September 10th. Prayerfully, our kickoff Sunday. But you can go to email kids@songandsword.com. Or if you want to volunteer, email volunteer@songandsword.com. All those things you can do. And we hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a great sermon, and we continue this series, The Church the World Needs Now. And it's really the first mission trip that was sponsored by a church. The world needs a sending church, and you and I are part of that. So hope you'll join us tomorrow. We'll see you then. And if not, we'll see you on another Mike Talk. But today I want to go to 1 Samuel chapter 30. So the end of that book that begins with Samuel the prophet and his whole journey of being the prophet for the people of Israel. And, King Saul, he anoints him, then he anoints King David, and all that kind of stuff. So, but here's what happens. Later in life, Saul's trying to kill David. David has been anointed king. Saul is jealous of that. David flees to the Philistines, actually, just for his life. And he stays in this city called Ziklag for a year and about 4 months. And then Saul comes to wage war against the Philistines, and David and his men are going to go out and fight with the Philistines because Saul's trying to kill him anyway. And so David says, we'll go with you. The kings reject him. The kings say, no, we're not taking David with us. He's going to turn on us in the middle of a battle. So here's what happens. David and his men who had gone to the battlefield, they come back to Ziklag. This is a great story. This is why I tell people the Bible is not boring. If you think it's boring, you've not read it very much. But in 1 Samuel 30, David and his men come back to Ziklag, and some other enemies, the Amalekites, had raided the city, burned the city down, and taken their wives and their kids. And here's where we pick this up. Then David, chapter 30 of 1 Samuel, verse 4. Then David and the people who were with him raised their voices and wept until they had no more strength to weep. David's 2 wives also had been taken captive, Ahinoam of Jezreel and Abigail, the wife of Nabal of Carmel. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spoke of stoning him, because all the people were bitter in soul, each for his sons and daughters. But David strengthened himself in the Lord his God. I'm going to get back to that strengthening part in just a moment. But we can relate to David, can't we? David's had 3 setbacks. Number 1, he's been rejected. The 5 kings of the Philistines said, no, you're not going to go out to battle with us. So he's faced rejection, and that can be a really hard emotional thing. Maybe you've faced rejection from a family member or a friend or a place that you've been for a long time and you thought you were closer and the people rejected you, your friends or family there. David also faced just the pain of loss. And it was his wives were also taken away and his sons and daughters. And all of his stuff was also, so he has personal loss. So much so that it says that they wept. They wept until they had no more strength. So just imagine David emotionally now. He's been rejected. He's on the run, first of all, from Saul, but he's been rejected by the Philistine kings. He's suffered great loss, like you and I do, sometimes physically, sometimes emotionally, sometimes actually goods like he did. And then number 3 now, the people that are on his side, they talk of stoning him. So they're going to take out their anger on David. So there's a little fear factor going on there for David, King David, right? Here's King David, the man after God's heart, the one who wrote most of the Psalms, right? He's been rejected. He's had personal loss. And now the people that he loves and he has supported and loved for so long, they're going to stone him. They're talking of killing him. So he's got this fear thing. What do you do when you're afraid, when you're alone, when you're rejected, when you've suffered personal loss? Here's what you do. David strengthened himself in the Lord his God. The word strengthen there is the Hebrew word chazak, chazak, chazak. And what that word means is to fasten upon, to hold close to attach yourself to. What does David do when he's facing all these things that you and I face all the time, and maybe you're facing on this Saturday morning? David fastens himself to the Lord. When life is scary, when life is painful, when life is rejecting you on many fronts, today, what we do on this Saturday is prepare for the Lord's Day and to be in the house of the Lord tomorrow, is we fasten ourselves to the Lord. Fasten yourself to God today, and He'll get you through, even through all the pain. God did, but the point is, fasten yourself to God. Peace. Hey Central Illinois, it's Pastor Mike from Song and Sword. I've got a very exciting announcement and invitation for you August 20th at 9 a.m. here at the Grosinger Motor Arenas in downtown Bloomington. It is an invitation to come and hear what God is planning on doing in Song and Sword ministry. It's a Song and Sword Vision Sunday. Everybody's invited. Invite your friends, your family, your co-workers, your neighbors, people new to town. We have plenty of seating. We'd love to see you here and share with you what we believe God is getting ready to do to change this town and this world. Hope to see you there. God bless.